everyone.
Good evening and welcome to the Monomoy Regional School District School Committee meeting for Thursday, February 29th. I'd like to call the meeting to order at 6:30 p.m. And the next item on our agenda is our Monomoy Regional High School Student Representative, Talia Tambolio Perez.
Good evening, members of the school committee. I hope you all enjoyed a restful February break. I am pleased to present to you the latest updates and achievements for Monomoy High School for the month of February. To start off, Monomoy's robotics team made remarkable progress by qualifying for the VEX Regionals. Despite not having a victory, this achievement is a testament to the dedication and hard work of all team members and mentors. We are so proud of their efforts, of everyone involved in the team, for this is their first year of participating in this competition. And as the winter sports season comes to a close, we celebrate the achievements of our student athletes. The varsity girls hockey team and the varsity boys basketball team have qualified for the statewide tournaments, demonstrating their skill and determination. Additionally, our cheer team has advanced to the South Regional competition, representing Monomoy with pride and enthusiasm. The boys varsity basketball team will host a home game on March 1st at 6 p.m., and the Monomoy varsity cheerleading team will compete in the South Regional competition on March 3rd at Duxbury High School. Tickets for the boys varsity basketball game are only available online and will be available to purchase once we know who the opposing team is. And the Nauset Monomoy girls hockey team had a home game yesterday with a win. We extend our congratulations and best wishes to all our teams, and I invite you to all these events. Bringing back a prior tradition, Monomoy hosted the district-wide All Arts Night, providing a platform for students across the district to showcase their artistic talents. The event featured an art gallery, musical performances by the jazz band, combined middle school and high school chorus, and a sneak preview of our upcoming school musical, Beauty and the Beast. We commend all our students for their creativity and artistic exploration. And speaking of Beauty and the Beast, the performances are rapidly approaching, with opening night held on March 12th with much anticipation. Performances are scheduled for March 12th, 14th, 15th, and 16th, offering multiple opportunities for the community to enjoy it. Each show starts at 7 p.m., and Saturday the 16th offers a 2 p.m. matinee along with a 7 p.m. evening show. Tickets are available for purchase online, and we encourage everyone to support our talented cast and crew, and we hope to see you there. Additionally, students who traveled to Italy over the break had an enriching and memorable experience immersing themselves in the vibrant culture of Italy. Many report that it was an amazing time with many memorable activities and landmarks that they visited. And lastly, just as a reminder, Monomoy is hosting Empty Bowls, Full Hearts next weekend, or March 7th. And it's a fundraiser. I'm sorry, I forgot to write this part in. But it's a fundraiser for the community. In conclusion, February has been a month filled with cultural celebrations, artistic expression, athletic achievements, and memorable experiences for the students of Monomoy High School. We are proud of our students' accomplishments and grateful for the dedication of our staff and community members in supporting their success. Thank you for listening, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Talia. All right, moving right along to the approval of minutes. We will start with the January 29th, 2024 School Committee regular business meeting. Oh, excuse me, that's the 25th. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Okay. And then the February 8th fiscal year 25 budget hearing and regular business meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Tina was second, right?
Oh, I think it was somebody else second. I think Ryan did.
Sure. I'll take it.
Excellent. All right, moving right along to public comment. Anyone for public comment?
Good evening, members of the school committee. I'm Laura Weatherup, the president of the Monomoy Regional Education Association. At the last meeting on February 8th, during discussion about the budget, members of the school committee made some comments that were inaccurate. So I did some fact checking, and I would like to clarify a couple of things and set the record straight. First, there were discussions about class sizes. Michael McMillan clearly stated that the district is committed to preserving the 17 to 19 range for elementary school and the 17 to 21 range for the middle and high school classes. Currently at HES, the class sizes range from 14 to 20, and at CES from 14 to 21. With the idea of renorming in mind, at HES, 2 grade levels will go from 5 sections to 4, which will increase all class sizes to at least 20 students. While this is not far above the upper limit of 19, as was pointed out, it is a huge change for students and teachers when classes go from 15 or 16 to over 20. As I mentioned last week, the needs of our youngest students are huge, academically, socially, and behaviorally. Having 5 to 6 additional students will have an impact. Secondly, it was said that we are adding a preschool at CES. I would just like to clarify that we are not adding a section, we're actually moving a section to CES. So currently there are 8 sections of preschool at Harwich. Next year there will be 6 sections at Harwich and 1 at Chatham for a total of 7. We are actually losing a section of preschool, which means there is a teacher that will now not have a job. That brings me to the comment about cutting teaching positions that are saying that they were not always a physical position, but rather shifting people around. I want to go on record telling you that there are teachers who have been told they will not have a position next year. There is nowhere to shift people when positions are eliminated. These are physical positions, these are real human beings that will be losing their jobs. In my role as president of the MREA, I could not let inaccuracies go unchecked. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. All right, moving right along to reports and discussion. The first item was the first reading of the 2024-2025 MRSD school calendar that we are going to postpone until our next meeting. Next up is our fiscal year 25 school choice participation. Dr. Carpenter, it is nice to have you back in person.
You can't believe how happy I am to just be here and period. It's been so nice to just be, at the select board meetings earlier this week, with Michael and Robin for the budget presentations, and it's like I miss the faces, I miss the people, and along with just getting out of the house. But now my focus is going to be on getting the knee to bend and hopefully by graduation walking normally. Anyway, in terms of school choice participation, every year school districts need to take a vote on whether or not to continue to participate in school choice. That's to allow students from other school districts to come to your school district, so to open your doors to school choice. It doesn't mean that you need to open your doors to all grade levels of school choice, so we go and post each year where we have openings. Next year, I anticipate that the high school, as you know, is running above capacity. It was built for 700. We have over 700 students. We won't be opening the high school for school choice. I anticipate the middle school will be tight and likely not open for school choice. I don't anticipate there to be openings at Harwich Elementary School for school choice slots, but I do anticipate we'll have some openings for school choice at the lower grade levels, something like K1, 2. But again, we will be looking to to push the elementary applicants for school choice to Chatham Elementary School and to bring hopefully the class sizes that that have been running there at about 15 and bring them closer to that 18 mark. So again, I think we do have some capacity at Chatham Elementary for school choice students to stay within class size guidelines. So I would encourage you to support voting yes to open our doors for school choice, to participate in it that way. Just so that everyone on the committee knows and those who are watching elsewhere, even if a committee were to vote no for school choice, it doesn't mean that children from Chatham or Harwich couldn't choose to go elsewhere. So families in Massachusetts can choose to go choice out of a school district and seek another placement. And I think one of the highlights of the budget presentations that Michael has been doing is just sharing with the select boards how many fewer students are choicing out from Harwich and Chatham that number has, has dropped, from in the 200s, low 200s to the 70s over just the last few years. But again, this is a vote to to open our doors, and again, I would encourage you to vote yes, and that we would really be focusing on the openings are at Chatham Elementary at the lower grade levels.
Any questions, discussions? Do I have a motion?
Yes, I would like to make a motion to approve participation in school choice for the 24-25 school year.
Second?
I would second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Moving right along to the fiscal year 25 budget update. Dr. Carpenter?
I would just say, Michael's provided an update for the committee that's in the packet. He was hoping to be here, but may slightly, in a few minutes, might actually be able to get here to give you the in-depth.
Okay.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
So are we, because we're waiting for Michael, should we just take it out of order? Or are we going to circle back?
Let's circle back for when he
Okay.
arrives.
Okay.
So we're going to also pass by the quarter two finance report for the moment.
Yep.
We'll keep going. And move right to the approval of the MRHS student activity account for the robotics club. So as we heard Talia talk about, the robotics club was able to go to a competition, although it didn't come out with a win, but they are moving right along and much more active. And so they are looking for our approval to reinstate the activity account. And the last page in our packet explains that. Any,
I just had a question. We had one before?
I think so.
I don't have a lot of details, but it's my understanding, yes, at some point.
That's why it's
I don't know if was
reinstating it?
defunct because of
Okay.
COVID or.
Thank you.
It's been a while.
Are we reinstating it, or are we doing new? Because it says request for new student activity account.
I think, I guess, student activities that are inactive get closed out, so
Okay, so it would be a new one.
Okay.
So not reinstating. we're
Not
doing one.
reinstating then.
Right, thank you.
Anything else? All right, do we have a motion? Ms. Ebert-Long?
Yeah, I move to approve the request for a new student activity account for the Monomoy Regional High School Robotics Club.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Excellent. We will just continue moving right along our agenda to subcommittee reports, and we have negotiation subcommittee report. Ms. Finnegan?
So negotiations continue to move along smoothly at this point, and we'll be meeting again next week.
Excellent. We will move right along to the superintendent's report before we circle back. Dr.
in terms
Carpenter?
of the superintendent's report, I have a few recognitions. Today wraps up Public Schools Week, which is time to celebrate the heart of our communities, which are our public schools, and the amazing work being done by students and educators. Then I'd like to announce that Lillian Gould, a senior at Monomoy Regional High School in Harwich, was recently honored by the Captain Joshua Gray Jonathan Hatch chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution with its 2024 Good Citizen Award. The DAR Good Citizen Award and Scholarship Contest was created in 1934. It's intended to encourage and reward the qualities of good citizenship. This award recognizes and rewards individuals who possess the qualities of dependability, service, leadership, and patriotism in their homes, schools, and communities. The organization selects one student from each high school on Cape Cod to receive the award. Lily and the other honorees will be presented their awards at a reception February 10th, 2024. Finally, Monomoy Regional School District is now offering online registration for incoming kindergarten students at Chatham Elementary and Harwich Elementary. All children residing in Chatham and Harwich who reach the age of 5 before September 1, 2024 are eligible for enrollment in Monomoy's kindergarten program. Registration for all eligible to enter kindergarten in the fall can be submitted by going to our website, monomoy.edu, and clicking on enrollment.
Excellent. Any questions?
I just want to add that list, you just spoke about the
Oh.
students, that list of students that are your winners.
This is the students of the term. We have a flyer.
Question?
Yes?
So with the flyer, is this new, how we categorize everybody? Is this new because of Portrait of a Graduate, or have we always done it like this?
So with Portrait of the Graduate, we are wanting to go celebrate and acknowledge students who are doing things exemplary within each of those four, core areas of creative, critical thinkers, communicators, and leaders, independent, confident learners, and engaged citizens.
Okay, thank you. And are they, so it's on the flyer, are you doing like a little ceremony, anything, or is it just basically, this is the recognition?
Sure.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Hi, Joy Jordan, Community Engagement Coordinator. So it used to just be by department at the high school.
Yeah.
And so they've expanded it within the departments to identify the 4 different competencies. And so this year, Ms. Police, the principal, decided to do one-on-one presentations of certificates to the students instead of a big event, so that she could kind of explain the shift in the process. So I think they were on the morning announcements. There's a poster size version of that, and then each student individually met with Ms. Police and got a certificate.
Okay, thank you.
And it's by term, not month, even though it's, okay, got it. Any other questions? All right, we are going to loop back to our FY25 budget update. Mr. McMillan.
Good evening, school committee. Thank you very much for your patience and rushing from a course. So just to give you an update, so on Monday we presented to the Harwich Select Board, and on Tuesday we selected to the Chatham Finance Committee and to the Chatham Select Board in the evening. So all 3 boards had lots of questions and about a variety of different issues. None asked us to make any changes. So there was no, in the past, they have said, in varying degrees of precision, go and reduce the number, particularly from Harwich Select Board have asked us to reduce the number in the past. They did not do that at this point. So the next step is really for us to finalise the budget at the next school committee meeting on March 14th. That's the scheduled sort of vote of the final budget. And then we will transmit that to the towns, and then, assuming there's no other feedback, then that is the budget settled. And I should have said, the budget we presented to them is the budget that was approved by you a couple of meetings ago. So it seemed to go well. It seemed to be well received. I think, it's a larger increase than we've seen in recent years, but I think we made the case that we're facing a number of financial challenges, including the federal funding for COVID that was coming to an end, and we presented information about the need for around the contract negotiations and the likely increases there, and I think that was well received, and for the most part, supported.
Ms. Game?
So I watched both presentations, Michael, and one of the things I wanted to highlight was I heard from Harwich Select Board and Chatham Select Board how well your presentation was and how clear it was. So I just wanted to thank you because I think that in itself is helpful so everybody understands what the numbers are about and why. So thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
I echo that, Michael. In my 10 or 11 years going to budget meetings connected to the schools, I'm specific on Howard. I was most pleased to hear the support they gave us, and even far more than smattering of compliments directed at your efforts.
Thank you very much.
So it was a good night out.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't completely let us off the hook. They did ask some difficult questions, and they pressed us in a number of areas, and we have to get back to them with some information, which we'll circulate to you first. But yeah, it was well received. And I think the towns are facing similar financial challenges to us, which helps a lot. You know, they're experiencing the same things, so they know what the need for those increases are real.
Do we are going to vote on the 14th. Do we have dates of when we're going back to the select boards?
No, they haven't asked us back. So they haven't asked us back. So I don't know if we necessarily will be going back. Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, in fact, Chatham's Select Board were all set to vote at that meeting until we said, well, let's wait just in case there's any updates from the state budget before it's voted on March 14th.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Madam Chair. Yes, Chatham was ready to take a vote. Harwich, I think if I heard somebody say, we'll see you again. So
they did?
There
Okay,
might be
so
might be an invitation. Yeah.
I'm still close.
Yeah.
Not that I don't love it.
Yeah.
Maybe she said it out of formality.
Yeah, maybe.
Famous last words.
All right. So moving right along to the Q2 finance report.
So this is just an update through to the end of December where we are with our finances. You know, this is kind of, it's relatively boring at this stage in the year because it's not early enough. It's really still early enough that we've not seen any huge problems or challenges come across our desks yet. At the moment, we're sitting with an unencumbered, unexpended balance of 5.4%, which is in line with previous years. It's a little lower than previous years where the average, I think, is 6.8%, but it's still better than it was at the same point last year, which is 4.4%. So, I mean, I think we're in good standing, in a good position to close out the year. And then let me just, I'm just going to, so this chart. This chart is, I mean, it's a little difficult to see, but this is the yellow and orange lines are projections from the last 5 years, and the blue line is where our expenditure actually is. So, although it's a really high, range, you can see that we're very close to the middle of the projection. So, we're on line to finish, at or just below budget for the end of the year. There are a couple of projects which we still have to do. One is we're just about to purchase a new vehicle, the pickup truck that was approved as part of the budget for the middle school and Chatham Elementary School, but for the district overall. And we've put in the order, but it hadn't been placed before the end of December. We're also working on external lighting for the middle school. So those are two biggest projects which have not been reflected there yet. Some highlights I just wanted to mention, ones we've kind of talked about in the past that are ongoing, where we are scheduled to upgrade the security cameras at Chatham Elementary School, and that's due to happen in April vacation. And the PA system upgrades, which we did all 4 schools, were included as part of the budget, have just about been completed. Actually, I think we are pretty much complete on that. We have one extra piece to do, but that's good. So that's improved, two measures which will help improve safety and security in our buildings. And particularly the PA system, because we had some areas of some buildings where you couldn't hear announcements, and that's obviously a security issue, a safety issue, and that's been resolved, which is great. And then just to highlight, we did, our custodians have been working hard to ensure we get through the winter with our buildings relatively unscathed. We did have, you can see there's a little picture in that handout, where we did have a pipe burst outside the middle school. You can see the steam coming out, but the custodians reacted quickly and we got that resolved pretty quickly without too much disruption to the school. And we've had a couple of cold snaps and storms, and the custodians have been going in, regular checks over weekends and so on to make sure our buildings are safe and there's no, problems that could escalate. So that's been going successfully. And everything else is going according to plan. There are still challenges around our HVAC maintenance. I keep hoping it's going to, so HVAC maintenance is expensive. I think it's just going to be, I keep fighting it and say it's going to go down and eventually it's going to get less, but every time we fix one problem, we just discover something else. And we've completed a lot of work here at the high school, but now we're seeing more and more work required at the middle school. And it's impact, and it's important, things like exhaust fans, those really impact the quality of air in the building, and that impacts on education. So I hate spending so much, but it's important to ensure the kind of environment. So those expenditure highlights. The revenue is all on track, no major stories on revenue. Everything's going according to plan. Food service revenue is up, given the federal funding and federal and state funding in particular for free meals. So that's excellent and allowing us to invest in the program. And that's really nothing major on revenue. We continue to last thing I will say, we continue to invest our money. Our treasurer is doing a good job investing our money, and that continues. And I think that's going to come in over budget for revenue this year, which will be great. And that flows to our excess and deficiency.
Excellent. Any questions? Thank you for your hard work.
All right, thank you very much. I do have a vote in there. So, as you know, the way the budget policy works is we divide all our expenditure into our budgets and expenditure into major accounts. And if we have to transfer funds between major accounts, we have to get your approval to do that. So we have a number of transfers to do, really moving from really transportation, which will have a surplus there, moving that into instructional leadership, where we have a couple of costs really related to hiring. We had one position where people overlapped, and so which is really good for maintaining, resilience and continuity in our position, but it is a cost, unfortunately. And the other was just a couple of hires, which were higher than expected, or higher than budgeted. So it's to transfer $57,000 between those two major accounts.
Okay. Ms. Ebert-Long?
I move to approve the FY24 Quarter 2 budget transfers as listed in the memorandum provided to the school committee.
Second?
I'd second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Excellent. And
Thank you very much.
we have had the presentation of warrants, so do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Yes, second?
And I would like to call this meeting, I would like to adjourn this meeting. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, the meeting, I call.
Meeting adjourned.